Yo, yo, yo. Fucking chair. Yo, yo, yo. Let the chat fill up a little bit. If you're in here, drop a comment. Looks like there's one. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, guys? AMC is tanking right now. Oh, yeah, I was trying to get the stream on, and it was really pissing me off. And then I just got it on. So, streaming on my phone, I had a problem. Whoever's in here, I had a problem. I was trying to, when you turn the screen, it was not turning with me for the live, so I was getting super pissed. But I did get it to work. Had to clear some cash, so that worked. Yeah, honestly, just wanted to hop in here and hang out. The market is not doing good. AMC is not doing good. But what happened to the negative beta? Honestly, guys, what happened to the negative beta? AMC was doing good. It was doing well. But guess what? If you watched last night's video called AMC Judgment Day, we would have expected this. Kind of want to let the room fill up a little bit. We have 4 people in here right now. Drop a comment, guys. All right, let's just get into it. Fuck it. I don't care how many people are in here. We're just hanging out anyway. Now, if the music in the background is too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. But AMC tanking right now, down almost 6% on the day, just about 6%. We are trading at $17.82, and we hit a low of $17.73 for the day. Why is it tanking? There are multiple reasons why I think AMC is tanking, but overall, we're just going to get into the basics and what I said for the video, right? Where AMC is at, okay, over the past couple weeks, it has been respecting an overall trend line to the upside, okay? This is bullish, but it seemed like we got hit with a bull trap. Now, there are a few reasons why I do think it's trading at what it's trading at. And you have the main reason, one, is because they were dodging gamma for this week. This week's options chain had about the most contracts for the next few weeks ahead that could have been dangerous gamma squeeze if they let this thing run this week. Now, there are a few other reasons, right? There are reasons because, now it's all a theory, but back in May, right before the run up to $70, we had a 60% increase over a couple weeks, and then we had a 17% drop right before the rip to 70. And now over the past couple weeks, we have had a 53% increase, and now if we were to have a 17% drop from where we were at yesterday or the day before, we would be at $17.45 all the way about to $16.75. Now, I know those are weird exact key levels, but there's a reason behind that, right? We could either hit a low of $17.45, a low of $17, or of $16.75 before we have the next big rip. And this is all just in my opinion, right? Based off of what I've seen. But what is happening with the market? Honestly, there's not too much news. I think a lot is going on behind the scenes that isn't right because retail doesn't get to see it for a while until everyone gets out safely. All the bigger guys get out safely. Now, PLTR, Palantir, got tanked. They got smacked on earnings. Let's see how they're doing right now. PLTR down to $10.71 right now, down 10% on the day. Honestly, they just got smacked by earnings, but I do think this is a good price for Palantir, and it seems like a good buying opportunity in my opinion. Walmart earnings are tonight. What else do we have? We have Nestle earnings tonight. There's a few other. Citadel versus DOJ, okay? There's a article out there. Morgan Stanley, according to Bloomberg, Citadel being investigated by the DOJ. Now, you can't really look into the article unless you pay for the subscription. I mean, that's the last I seen. But guys, this is a huge step forward for AMC and for all the apes in general and for the market in general, because Gary Gensler not being on their side for payment for order flow, for transparency, and for other things like that, that is just one step ahead, especially with them being investigated by the DOJ. I'm going to look and see if there's any other major earnings this week, depending on if you guys are playing any earnings. That Russia, Ukraine BS, that is sort of complicated, right? I feel like clearly the public hears about it last, and by the time, if a war or anything like that were to happen, we would already know it's happening, if that makes sense. That's just my outlook on it. But for the SPY, the IWM, I think it's just a good old Friday. I really do. I think it's just a good old Friday. That's why I'm hopping in at 11 o'clock when everyone are getting off the market, because it's less volatile. There's barely any people in here, but it really doesn't matter. I don't care if there's one person watching, 1,000 people watching, right? Doesn't really matter. But for the people just jumping in, remember, if the music is too loud in the background, let me know. AMC is now trading at $17.82. Yeah, we're getting a push to the downside. How are we getting pushed to the downside when utilization was at 100% and there's barely any shares available to borrow according to the data that we see? There's 500,000 right now, but it just so happens that this morning there was 250,000 shares available to borrow. And now that I'm checking it right now, it's not showing it. But guess what? I did actually take a screenshot earlier on my phone just in case this happens, and it's happening. So I'll probably make a short later on that. They had 250,000 available to borrow this morning. Then it went up to 650,000. Now it's at 500,000. They're clearly borrowing against us, or whenever these shares are being lent out. Say, let's see, what days did we have the green days? We had green days all the way from February 8th up until February 17th, okay? So a decent amount of time, right? Those shares that were being able to be lent out, they could have just been borrowing them but not using them to short AMC, so they could have been holding on to them. We know there was 10 million before that they clearly didn't use, especially because we haven't had a lot of volume lately. So you would have seen that impact us, but you're seeing it now, right? You're seeing this bleed. Yesterday we were at $20.20 about of a high, and we're at $17. That's a $3 drop, okay? Like I said, okay, not only do you see, for the people jumping in, not only do you see before the run up to 70, you know, the 60% gain, then the 17% loss, which brought you down, and then the run to 70, but now you're seeing the 53% gain, then the 17% loss. And not only that, but usually, as a coincidence, things like to happen on 4-day weeks. What happens next week? Oh, President's Day, markets close. It's just weird. The things that happen are just weird, right? DOJ investigating Citadel, coming out public. They've already been investigating them. This isn't new. This is new to the public, okay? So whatever they have been investigating, they have already been looking into it. So that's another good thing, guys. AMC, where do we go from here, right? Everyone's just coming in here to figure it out. I kind of want to take a look at GameStop. Drop in the comments if you guys still own GameStop, because GameStop's the big old brother too. GameStop's in this just as well as AMC. GameStop, I want to talk about kind of when it went to $483. I believe that was the high, if I'm not mistaken, by like a top wick or something. But $483 when GameStop went back in January, a lot of people mistake that as, yo, it squoze to 500, right? But that's not life-changing money. That's not enough if you have shares right now. I think GameStop, I think a lot of people misconfuse this, and this was not a squeeze. That's all I'm trying to say. GameStop to 483 was more gamma than a squeeze at all. And also, it had 140% short interest at the time, and it was reported way under that. Probably 100% under that it was reported. What's reported to us now is clearly able to be covered up, just due to the fact that everything is different. There are more shareholders. It just doesn't add up. If you think logically, right? Back here when no one knew about it, and now there's this many more shareholders. Oh, but the short interest is way lower. This, that, and the third. And then you see the algorithmic trading. It just really doesn't add up in the long term. But GameStop going to 483, whoever holds GameStop, that was more gamma than short squeeze in general and anything. Obviously, the smaller firms who were short on it got caught up and they had to cover because that's high as fuck for a stock that was $10.72 right before that run up. So that's pretty much what I got for GameStop. But every time we go over AMC, I do think the same thing as GameStop. So whoever is a GameStop holder, please don't feel like everyone's leaving you out. I know there's not a lot of GameStop channels out there. Drop a channel down below if you know of someone that covers GameStop on a daily instead of AMC. I consider them in the same boat. For the new people hopping in, Palantir, PLTR. Let's see, PLTR got smacked on earnings. They're getting a nice, decent little pop right now, 1057. They could have bottomed out. Let's see if there was any recent support there. Yeah, it looks like they jumped off of the recent resistance way back on way back in 2020. That's 2 years ago, on about November 3rd, okay? They're bouncing off the old resistance, and I think, like I said, this is a nasty buy opportunity for Palantir, and a lot of people seen that. I do think it just bottomed out right there, but still down 11 bucks. Their earnings, they got smacked with it. Didn't do good. We're just hanging out in here talking AMC GameStop. If you want to play any earnings tonight before your 3-day weekend, get a nice profit. Walmart earnings are tonight. I'm not going to play them just because earnings are a little dangerous. Yo, KMC, what's up, bro? How you doing? Nestle earnings are also tonight. Not going to play earnings. Some stocks I play earnings that I'm really confident in, but I remember I played earnings on Activision, and there was literally no reason for it to tank, and it tanked before. We were talking about Citadel versus DOJ, things like that. Remember, Citadel, one of the biggest market makers. People don't know the history. They want to cover up the history that Citadel has had, but they've had several market manipulation acts in the past and have always been fined. They never get jail time, and the fines are a slap on the wrist. And I'm hoping, honestly, it doesn't even fucking matter if they get a fine that's a slap on the wrist, because when AMC and GameStop explode, they're gonna be more fucked. Okay, they're gonna be way more fucked than a little slap on the wrist, but that slap on the wrist is gonna be there too. You see GME going crazy too, man. I like 6 figures. I can't see the 7 figures though. For price targets for GameStop, it's a lot different, okay? When people say, oh, how do you think GameStop is going to go higher than AMC? I know you didn't say that. I'm just bringing it up here now, but GameStop has a much lower float, okay? The stock is easier to move around. There's less shares. So when people are trying to compare the two in price action, it's just not right. Also, bulls are looking good. Bulls or apes? I don't know which one you mean there, but GameStop price predictions, like I said, 483. That was more gamma back in January than a short squeeze. The short interest was reported wrong. It was 140. Now they're having glitches. Remember that there was glitches about a month ago where, yes, AMC is exploding down again. I just went over that. I'll go over it again in a second as to why I do think AMC is going down again. AMC is tanking. I'm going to go over that in 1 second. But as for GameStop, the 483, what price can it hit? There's really no telling. But remember, like I said, if that was just gamma back in January, obviously a little bit of firms that got caught in and had to cover their shorts. But if it was majority gamma and there was 140% short interest, I do think that the short interest is not at what is reported today. Same with AMC. But this thing can go astronomically high. Definitely into the thousands for GameStop. I'm not going to lie. I'm really not going to lie. As for AMC tanking, for the person that asked the question, AMC is now at $17.93. I did say yesterday it can go down to $17.45, and these are key levels, or $17 or $16.75. I do think those are the bottom out levels. Why do I say that? Because the run up to $70 right before that, you had a 60% gain over a couple weeks and then a 17% loss, and now we're having a 53% gain over the next couple weeks. And then this would be a 17% loss down to those levels before the next rip. That was before the rip to 70. So it's just the way things are falling into place, as well as AMC likes to have big run-ups on 4-day weeks. So next week is looking good because President's Day, of course, the market is closed. So everything falling into place. It's just weird how things happen coincidentally. How's your guys' day going? Drop in the comments if you're having a good day. I know this is not volatility hour, so there's not going to be a lot of people in here, and I mean, it's 11:16. I'm literally just enjoying the Friday, prepping for the weekend. Pam the realtor is a fraud. What the fuck? Pam the realtor is a fraud. I don't know if Savvy, I don't know if that was like a bot comment or what are you talking about? Let me know what you're talking about. All right, AMC is having the same exact bleed it had yesterday. If we were to follow on the path of this bleed, if it stopped right about where it's at and held the $18 support, if we got a little bounce and held that, you're still looking at a bleed, like I said, down to about $16.90 or $16.75, somewhere in that zone if you had the same bleed come Tuesday. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to bleed a lot more today and come down. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think AMC is going to bleed a lot more today, come down to about $17.10, maybe somewhere in that zone. Or maybe it's just going to go all the way down to previous resistance at $16.75 and hold that support line. There's two options right there. Now, if neither of those happen, you have the bracket that you have the support that hops up at 18. Sorry, I said bracket. Someone commented, do you use brackets or sell all at once? Let me see. KMC, do you use brackets or sell at once? Yeah, so I have a bracket video. Jagger Ruby just bought more shares. Good stuff. Good for you. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, what do you think this is going to hit? Because, I mean, my brackets could be completely wrong. Yeah, I do have brackets. I do have a brackets video. I actually have two that I recently dropped about a couple weeks ago. One is a basic brackets video where I realized I missed a lot of things in that and I didn't give it too much thought. Immediately after, I dropped an in-depth bracket video on what I think is to come, why I think so. And honestly, I do think it's a pretty good video. I really do. Got like fur in my mouth or something. I do think it's a good video. Can you guys hear the background music? Yeah, Fred says 3,000 to 5,000 top for AMC. What do you guys think about that? 3,000 to 5,000 top. I'm pretty positive if AMC were to go to 3,000, I think 3,000 would be around like a trillion or $2 trillion company, something in that range. I don't know. Okay, you see Lou. Okay, Lou on demand, Lou versus All Street, World According to Lou, whatever you want to call him, right? There's brackets there where he says this cannot be a 1 to 2 trillion, $2 trillion play just because of the factors that come into play. Now, I personally disagree. But it's all opinionized, obviously, and the people who watch Lou are going to think he's a god for some reason. I don't disagree. I got nothing wrong with the guy, but $2 trillion, it could hit that, in my opinion. I think it could. Remember, only one U.S. stock, which is Apple, was a $3 trillion company, okay? Was a $3 trillion company. 60% is institutional holdings. If you just take that alone, right? Not every institution shorting AMC has bought into Apple, right? But if you just take that alone, that's one single stock in the U.S. stock market. And if you think the greatest wealth transfer in history is going to bottom out at $1 to $2 trillion company, it could, right? It could. But I just think that there's more room. I think there's more room to move. 2 trillion, 3 trillion. I do think that's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. AMC getting a little pop up to $18.15 right now while we are speaking. While we are talking about the major prices that it could possibly hit. Let's see. Jagger Ruby, you think 2.5 to 3K, you are golden. We will see. That's life-changing money for you. I'm glad to hear that. Kevin R, I think 800 to 1500. And again, I do think that's being nice and conservative. If you guys, my best bet to you, right? If you don't know 100% when you're going to sell your AMC shares, my best bet for you is to use this 3-day weekend. And I have a few on my channel too. Use this 3-day weekend and go watch as many exit strategies as you can. Take a pen and a paper and write down exactly how you're going to get out, exactly when you're going to get out, okay? You need to know when to take initial profits, cut half, and start letting out your shares, and when to let the rest ride. It all comes into play. And the more and more you have it figured out, the more you're going to be able to sleep at night, the more you're going to be able to calm down and not watch the 1-minute candles and not really care about the 1-minute candles. That's what's going to happen, okay? So anybody with a price target that anyone who doesn't know when they're exactly going to sell, that's my best advice to you, is to go watch as many exit strategy videos as you can using this 3-day weekend. Write down your plan, strategize when to sell. But a lot of people are thinking 8 to 1500, 2 to 2.5K, or 3 to 5K, things like that. 5 to 800 first bracket, 800 plus second bracket, last 20% for above 1,000. Okay, that's interesting. Let me see who dropped that comment. I don't know why the live chat likes to disappear on me. Bad R mode. Okay, 500 to 800 is his first bracket. Okay, 5 to 800. Let me talk about 5 to 800. That is dangerous for a first bracket, and the only reason I want to say that is because you're going to get smacked at those levels. The amount of retail who are holding a large amount of shares and the amount of institutions who are holding a large amount of shares like Vanguard and BlackRock are not taking the risk. Listen, are not taking the risk. You are, that have 500 shares or less, or 1,000 shares or less. They're not taking the risk you're taking, because at an earlier point, a lot earlier, they already have life-changing money. They're going to be well worth what this play was for them. So you're going to get smacked before that. Now, I'm not saying it's over then, right? But you want to have a safety bracket. And a safety bracket is where you take out your initial investment. Now, whatever that is for you, I think 5 to 800 to take out your initial investment is dangerous. I would say about 250 to 300 is where I would take out initial investment. And that's very small. That's a very, very small amount of shares. That's going to be not risky at all. And that way, letting the rest go through, right, and then selling half at the next smack and then completely letting the rest ride, something like that, a plan like that is going to cause you to feel free inside. It's going to cause peace, knowing that no matter what happens to this play, 1, you're not losing money, 2, you took profits, 3, you have the rest riding to the fucking moon and you don't care what price it goes to. That is just how I feel. That's just my personalized opinion. Now, let me check this live chat very fast. Jagger Ruby, don't get me wrong. I'm holding past 3K if this thing goes. Yeah, if this thing. Listen, let me tell you guys what I'm doing. And I will be live, right? I will be live. I haven't usually gone live, but I'm starting to like it to just hop in and go live. When this thing's squeezing, personally, I think it's going to last at least a week. At least a week. Hear me out. When this thing's squeezing, I will not be sleeping. Okay? Mark my words. I'm going to be sitting my ass here with a fucking mini fridge full of energy drinks and whatever else I need. I'm going to have a box of donuts. Definitely a dozen donuts. Vanilla frosted. Those are gas, right? I'm going to have a box of donuts, energy drinks. I'm going to have snacks, chips, fucking pizza on speed dial. And I'm going to be cracked out, not actually cracked out, I don't do drugs, but smoked out looking at this fucking thing, waiting, right? I did not wait over a year. I did not wait over a year to have my ass slumped in bed, and see a big ass red candle and my account at, all right? I did not wait a year. I don't know about you guys, but I will be up here tweaking out. Right, I will be up here tweaking out, ready, knowing when to sell. Not only that, I have a lot of people who I don't tell people when to sell. That's not what I'm saying. But I have a lot of people who want to hear what I'm getting out of my position, like family members, friends, and it's just going to be tough talking to multiple people at once. So I'll just tell them, hop in my live, and you can watch. You can check it out, right? The reasoning behind that, right? Don't get me wrong, you don't have to stay up every second and every day watching the squeeze, but my reasoning behind that is because there's going to be top wicks, there's going to be spikes that very few people catch, right? Very few people are going to catch these spikes. But if I miss it, that's fine, but I personally want to try to be one of those people. I want to try to be one of those people who catch the top wicks at 4:01 a.m. when this thing has a fucking split second candle up to fucking 10 grand. That's what I want to catch, up to 10-20 grand. That's the thing that I want to be the one to catch. Okay, that's why I'm going to be up tweaking out. Now AMC got a nice little pop up to 1808 right now. Overall, this is tough to see what direction it's going to go in, because if you take a look at it, it broke the high of the recent trend, which is 1812, but it did not get back up to what we wanted to get to. Obviously, sometimes it needed a breather. AMC could keep dipping, but if you take a look at it right now, it seems like if it breaks below $18 again, then we could just keep dipping for the rest of the day. It's at 1804. We'll see what direction this goes. It's down 5% on the day. For the new people hopping in, we expected this in yesterday's video. That was called AMC Judgment Day. A lot of things are coming into play. What is going to happen next week? What is going to happen next week? You have AMC, right? Oh, let me read this comment. Before I go on a rant, I'm considering selling. Oh, why is my thing glitching? I'm sorry, guys. My big-ass finger's in the camera. I'm considering selling half at 300 and re-entering on the dip. I'll keep my initial investment and buy back in with the remainder. I have over 1,000 shares, by the way. Okay, Fred. You're considering selling half at 300, re-entering on the dip. I'll keep my initial investment and buy back. Okay. I like it. I like it. The only reason I like it is because originally I would never say, yo, hop back in if you can make extra profit. But let's be realistic here. This thing's gonna fucking blow past 300. But you will see dips, like he said, right? That being said, taking out your initial investment, okay, boom, you're being safe. Huge red bar, you get smacked, right? You buy back in. Obviously, this thing, I mean, anything can happen. I could be completely wrong, but obviously this shit's gonna blow past 300 again. So that, I like that plan, honestly. There is some risk involved just because not everything's 100%. But personally, I like that. I like that because, all right, well, it's dangerous. It's gonna be very volatile, okay? People are not going to be getting their shares filled in the split second blink of an eye, so catching those dips might be risky. You might even get your order filled back at what you sold at, which is gonna suck. It's just going to overall be a very tough situation. If you get fucked with market orders and they don't execute it on time and you get moved and then your average raises and just, you could get very fucked up by buying back in. You could. That's the only reason I don't plan on doing that. The only reason I say that is because the market orders could be an issue, and why buy back in when you can ride this thing on the way down? After everybody's already done, you buy a put and you make a fucking $1 million on the put, right? Because this thing's obviously going back to $40, $50, whatever it's valued at fundamentally. Now, let me read this comment. Marisco, if anyone thought for a sec that all involved in this mess aren't going to drive this or any stock, they can down as low as possible. You are sadly mistaken. They are caught. They know it, and they don't care. If anyone thought for a second that all involved in this mess aren't going to drive this or any stock, they can down as low as possible. Yeah, they're going to drop it down as low as possible, of course. But if they were able to drop it under 1340, they would have already, right? They would have already. And the problem with that is they missed their chance because they drove the stock down to 1340, right? And then you're seeing us slowly get that pop, move up. But take a look at what we're being showed publicly. What we're being showed publicly is the transparency, the investigation into Citadel. warrants going out to other institutions. You're seeing investigations for market manipulation and spoofing. The fact that it's coming out publicly causes them to not be able to drive this down more and more. So break under 1340 is probably very less likely, but of course they're going to drive the stock down with what they got. And like I said a few weeks ago, before we had these run up, obviously they were holding on to shares that they were ready to smack us with. Take a look at how low the volume has been for AMC, right? They had 10 million shares they borrowed, they didn't use it against us, and now we're somehow bleeding. People forgot that they had those shares. Not only that, but how are they getting shares every day? Okay, well, institutions like Vanguard and BlackRock are lending them out. They have nothing to lose because they're just making extra money on their shares. It's almost like interest. But the reason that I can't figure out is, why are you still shorting AMC? And that leads me to one of the live comments. What is my fundamental price for AMC? What is my fundamental price for AMC? What is your fundamental price for AMC? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna say, just based off of their competition and how good they're doing, I'm gonna say AMC is well worth a $20 stock. Well worth a $20 stock, especially with what they have been doing. At least a $20 stock, in my opinion. I don't want to go over. I don't want to go under. I don't want to go out of range for some people's opinions, but at least a $20 stock fundamentally, I think. Take some Jagger Ruby. We know this. We know what. Also, a lot of new people are jumping in, so I'm kind of reiterating a few things. KMC, take some profit at the end and reinvest in Apple, Tesla, and other blue chips. They will be at their cheapest levels, and I've the next few years. You will be in great shape with them and green forever. Okay, with that being said, here's the thing, right? I would agree with taking some and putting them into those because they're going to be at their lowest levels. But at the same time, when all of these institutions go bankrupt because of this play, it's going to absolutely turn around the markets. You're going to have a shitload of retail now that invest in the companies they want to invest into, instead of a lot of guys in suits that invest into only blue chips because they're safe. So you could be right, it could be a great idea, but at the same time, depending on the way this changes the market, it could be very dangerous, just because retail will have the upper hand for once in a very long time. Fred, I'm thinking most institutions will be out well before 1,000. After institutions are out, it should calm down. Yeah, after institutions are out. See, here's the thing, right? I think there's going to be a lot of cooperation. The big holders with a lot of shares, there's got to be an agreement why they're lending shares out to be able to short it. When this thing runs up, they're probably, my best bet is they're going to let them know, yo, I'm about to sell. If certain people short on AMC, certain institutions short on AMC did not get margin called yet, the big institutions like Vanguard, BlackRock are probably going to let them know, yo, I'm about to sell. Be ready to cover at a cheaper price because I'm going to smack the fuck out of the price. That's probably what's going to happen. So do I think it's going to be over when the institutions hop out? Not quite. I do think they're going to sell off, let these hedge funds, if they did not cover at a cheaper price. Also, I really don't think that one institution has enough to not get margin called in this play. So you're going to see Apple, Amazon, Tesla, the entire market absolutely take a fucking dive because retail cannot control the markets with the price. Now, it could be a crash or it could be a correction. Only reason I say it could not crash, it could be a correction, is because not every institution is short AMC. Of course, not every institution is short on AMC and GameStop. A lot of them don't even talk about it, right? GameStop at $119.22, down 3.4% on the day, down $4.20 on the day. AMC $17.95, broke back below 18, is not respecting this trend line. It seems like we are going to continue to bleed, down 5.28%. I did say this could retrace back down to $17.45 or all the way down to a low of $16.75 as to what I think. And there are reasons for that. And for the new people, the reasons for that is because the run before to 70, there was a 6% increase over the past couple weeks, 17% decrease, then a run up to 70, and now we had over the past couple weeks a 53% increase, and a 17% decrease would bring us down to about $17.45. So we expected this bleed in the more previous videos on the channel. Now let's check the live chat. Do you think the SEC is gonna intervene? The SEC intervene mid-squeeze? Is that what you're asking me? Do I think the SEC will intervene mid-squeeze? All right. How do I put this? If the SEC were to intervene, right? This could stir up some problems. And the only reason I say that is because depending on how they intervene, right? Depending on how they intervene, it could cause this entire movement to recycle. And the only reason I say that is because if they intervene and a lot of retail gets fucked, then we're going to be back at square one where, yo, you can't fuck retail like that because it's not our fault. It's not our problem. It's not our problem that these institutions caused a market-wide bank, a fucking liquidity crisis, things like that. It's not our problem. It's not our fault. You either change the system or give us our fucking bread, you know? It's not our fault. But if they were to intervene, what would they do? I have no idea. The only thing I could think of possibly is giving scripted sell options. Like, you're going to get a pop-up on your screen. Do you want to sell this security at $1,000? If so, how many shares? What amount of shares? Do you want to sell this security for $2,000? Obviously, if you're getting those scripted messages, you know that shit's going to blow past whatever price they're offering you. And the only reason for that is because why would they offer you that price, right? They know that shit's going to blow past. So kindly, I would say no, until I get the confirmation that I need where I get those spikes. Remember, like I said, I'm going to be staying up, energy drinks, fucking dozen donuts, snacks, pizza on speed dial. I'm going to be watching this thing, getting no sleep. And if I do get sleep, it's going to be between 8 at night, right, and 4 a.m. Eastern Standard, of course, when the market is closed. And that is when I will be going nuts. Let me see the live chat right now. And the only reason I'm staying up, you don't have to stay up, but I want to catch the top wicks. Okay, yes, mid-squeeze. Amar, they said 25K. I would say hell yeah. Right. You get a pop-up on your screen. You wake up fucking Tuesday, right? Market open, you get a pop-up on your screen. Sell these securities at 25K. Boom! That shit's going to be a huge red bar. Huge red bar. Now, the people in this play, right? The people who got in a year ago with very, very short amount of shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, just because they wanted to get into it. And they were seeing, okay, a year ago was a lot different. We did not have the voice we had now. We did not have, we didn't have all the data we have now. Which leads me to say, back then, you would see videos of, yo, 500K a share, 1 million a share. So anyone with 10 shares, 20 shares was jumping in. And they're like, yo, life-changing money. Now, that is tough, right? If you have those amount of shares, don't get me wrong, you're still going to make money, depending on what you sell at. But is it worth selling early? Ask yourself, is it worth selling early? Looks like AMC's catching a little bit of a bounce. If this goes over 18.15 within the next few minutes, then you could see a continuous rise. If not, it might bleed back to the downside. With 10 to 20 shares, right, you're going to make money. But it's not about how much you make, because it's not life-changing. It's about what are you going to do with that money afterwards. Build a foundation while you wait. Learn how to invest. Educate yourself while you wait. Honestly, guys, that's what I think about having a small amount of shares. I do have to use the bathroom very fast, guys. I can leave you right here, or I can let you look at this chart somehow. Can let you watch the AMC chart if you would like to watch that. I don't know, you guys tell me. I think my floor is 600. I sell 20%. All right, that's pretty good. With these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 specific numbers, just for my audience to be safe, right? I went over this in the bracket video, in the strategy video. take $10 off, $15 off. It's not going to impact you too much, but the fact that you're going to have sitting sell orders at 1, 2, 300, 500 on the dot, you want to be early at 95, 195, 295, 395, 490, things like that. So you get your order filled and you don't get that huge smack red bar off the dot. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to use the bathroom. If you want to leave this stream and hop back in a couple minutes, that's fine. I'll be right back, guys. Let me turn the... I'm going to turn this up for you guys. Also, I have to hop over there. My ankle is fucked up. If you have not seen that, it's just a bad sprain. Can't walk on it for a few weeks. So you will hear me jumping. Yo, yo, yo. 20 people still in here. What is up, guys? If you just joined, just use the bathroom very fast. And we are going to get back at it. I just realized, like, yo, I'm going off on rants here. Dude, this chair does not stop squeaking. I just realized, like, going off on rants here. But what did I title this video? I titled it AMC Tanking. Hey, Lee Burt. AMC. He goes AMC. All right, let me see what some of these live comments are. I think my floor is 600 AMC. Okay, I went over all these comments already. If you guys can't hear the music in the background, let me know. Drop a comment. AMC is now trading at $18.07, down 4.6%. It looks like we're not getting that break over 18.15. We need to clear that wick on the last uptrend. So it seems like we are going to continue to bleed. For the new people joining, we're looking at $17.45 on the day for AMC to bleed down to. If not $17, if not that, $16.75 for the last drop that we have. So that is pretty much what I got for everyone in here. What did we go over? We went over that Palantir was a buy. I think it bottomed out at $10.57, but I could be completely wrong. But really, how much lower is this thing going to go? It only hit a low of $8.90, and I think them getting smacked on earnings is kind of completely, they're just completely devaluing the company, and I think it's an overreaction, heavy overreaction, because this is, I mean, guys, take a look at a few weeks ago, this thing was trading at $30. I mean, you can't just slap it down under 10 bucks just because of one bad earnings. I mean, I think personally this is a buy down here. We're talking about AMC, GameStop. If you want to play earnings, Walmart earnings are today. I don't know if they're actually after hours. There's also Nestle earnings, and I believe a few other ones that are major. Let me check. Okay, Walmart earnings Q4. It's not giving me the time. Let me see. Walmart Q4 earnings. If you guys want to play Walmart earnings, that is. You know what? Fuck it. Let me just check the chart for Walmart. You'll be able to tell if there was a drastic change or not. All right. Right now, doesn't look like you had earnings, okay? But Walmart, this is actually a very tough chart to look at. This is like super volatile up and down right now. And you could, overall, I don't think you can go wrong with Walmart, but earnings are always risky. They're always dangerous. Nestle, don't really have any interest in Nestle earnings to play. Definitely not touching that. We went over the Citadel versus DOJ. We went over all that. You can't really read the article because it's trying to charge you. The lies lately about Ukraine and just a bunch of shit just spoofing the market. There's just clearly something happening, and that is exactly why I came out with yesterday's video called AMC Judgment Day. And I do think that is probably one of the best videos to watch for AMC for the present times, for the data that we have. Remember, it's all speculation. No one can really time the market, but that's all my opinion. We talked about what AMC could hit in this live stream, guys. This was only going to be a live stream where we hop in and just hang out. And we started talking about what AMC could hit. So if you're new, if you just jumped into the live stream, drop what you think or drop a question down below. We can get some questions answered in here. Amazon. It's just an Amazon guy smoking a cigarette outside. I'm going to fucking short Amazon. What is this guy doing, man? He's just standing at my house smoking a cig on his phone. And, all right. Stay there, buddy. Just drop my fucking package off before I short your company and make you drive a shittier van. All right. AMC. Let's check it out. AMC. $18.09. We're still, this is super slow. Let me check the volume on this. This is disgustingly slow. Now, there was theories. I haven't looked into it lately. Now that I'm thinking about it, only 17 million on the day so far. 40, 50. We haven't even hit 50 million over the past few days. There was a theory that I had way back, right? With this theory, the 4-month-ish cycle from when AMC ran to 20 and then it had the run up to 70, that 4-month cycle, and then you had the same cycle after $70 where everyone thought, yo, this is going to be the next big run up, and it didn't happen. Measuring that out, right? I measured it out on TradingView, and it's exactly 2 cycles from now. We've been waiting about 8 months-ish. It's about 2 cycles on the day. So a lot of theories are definitely coming into play now. With the options chain, it just so happens that it's lowest the week of, or the week after AMC earnings, which is March 9th. This is weird to me because, okay, Lou, somehow he says he has insider, or people think he has insider information, right? I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, right? Congrats to the guy. If he does, that's dope. That's fire. If he had facts and proof, then yeah, I'd listen to the guy 100% like everyone else. But, all right, there's theories going around that the squeeze will happen in February. Wasn't Walmart's earning call yesterday? Let me make sure on that because I do not want to tell people the wrong thing. If you just looked into that and you're positive about it, let me see. Walmart earning. I think you're right. I think Walmart's earnings were yesterday. Let me not get off topic really fast because digging into some AMC recent theories. Okay, a lot of people think because of Lou's theory and because of the data points we have that it will squeeze in February. Now, I would like to think the same thing, but I don't want to get people's hopes up. I do think so. I think it's coming, and I think it's coming within the next few weeks. And there's reasons behind that. It's not just me saying I have insider information saying, yo, it's going to happen in February, right? There's reasons behind that. Why is there reasons behind that? I had something drawn out the other day. There's my caps lock on. I had something drawn out the other day that I brought up in the Judgment Day video. And guess what? Now that I'm looking at it, I did not save it. All right. Well, I had something, right? I had something drawn out for Judgment Day for AMC, and it all led up to the end of February or early March. And there's other things, like we just said, the earnings call March 9th, the no the very, very small options chain. That will cause less gamma for these hedge funds trying to get out who are short AMC. It's just overall falling into play. Okay, you have Ukraine lying, AMC utilization staying. AMC utilization so high for the new people jumping in. It's at 100% or was for consecutive days. How are they suppressing the price to the downside, especially with this harsh of a bleed? Well, it's simple. A lot of people didn't pay attention to the shares being available to borrow that kept being lent out, right? And they were being used, but it wasn't shown in the price action, right? They were being pulled away, lowered, so people were thinking, oh, they're using it against us and we can't even drop. That's not what was happening, okay? They were saving these shares for the one last smack, in my opinion, okay? Clearly, the price action over the past couple weeks, being up 53% in the past couple weeks, they weren't using everything they had against us. It's just clear as day. And they were saving up, and that is why you're seeing harsh bleeds yesterday and today with very, very little volume. It's easier to bleed the stock when there's no volume. There's not being shares exchanged back and forth. I buy, I sell. Volume 1, 2 shares, whatever it is. The difference is now is if no one's buying and selling, or if no one's buying and they are smacking us with these shorts, they're shorting it, you're just going to see red. That's it. You're going to see a sea of red, and that's what you're seeing happen right here. We didn't break the recent high of the candle. It looks like a very slight double top here at $8.11, and we're still going to continue to bleed to the downside. Now down 5%. But there was theories back then, what I had, where you had earnings, a small spike, and then volume exhaustion. Where did you have volume exhaustion? Okay, let me tell you right now, because I did delete the drawings for that, because the video was a grip ago. I think it was in like September or something. You had volume exhaustion around May 10th, May 11th, May 12th, and before that. Anytime before that. So volume exhaustion was about 10 to 20 days long. And then you had it again, right? You had earnings spike, volume exhaustion. And that was on the second cycle that everyone thought, oh shit, we're about to run up. It's been 4 months. Well, now we have doubled that cycle. We're coming up on the next earnings, which is March 9th. Not only that, but look at how exhausted the volume is. We can't even surpass 50 million over the past week or so. We're at 17 million on the day. This is shitty volume, They had at least 10 to 20 million shares available to smack us with, and there's only 17 million shares being traded today. That's why you're seeing red. There's really no questions about it. That's it. If you want to know why you're seeing red, that's it right there. We're being shorted. We're being attacked to the downside. It's really that simple. Are people selling? Oh, well, yeah, people could be selling. I mean, I'm not going to say... No, we're getting attacked. There's not fucking people selling. If there's people selling, they got out in the morning and it's day traders. If there's people selling, then it's because they bought at 70 and they were hoping this thing was going to run back up, but it broke the overall respective trend line and broke under $19.30, and they bitched out, paper-handed, and sold. Those are the people that's selling. That's not going to cause the price to do this. It's just simple. It's just simple if you look at it. I know a lot of YouTubers are like, oh, well, it's hard. It's easy to say we're being attacked. Dude, we're being fucking attacked. You can't drop $20.30 to fucking $17.70 in a day with natural selling pressure. Who would want to sell a stock that is fundamentally undervalued? Forget about the squeeze, forget about the shorts, forget about the data, forget about the fucking manipulation, corruption. Who would want to do that? You're just losing money. Which leads me to come back to the topic. Palantir is... Are you still on a bounce? We're not on the bounce. Damn, Palantir got smacked again. Honestly, if you guys wanted a nasty play, I would say long-term calls for Palantir are looking pretty spicy right now. Also, the overall market, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. If we break under 430 again, you could see a serious correction or crash. What could it go to? If you see a break under 430, the next level you're looking at is 420. And if that skips out, you're looking at fucking 398, 397. That's going to be dangerous. Are people buying and 70% is in the dark market? Joe McGowan. Are people buying and 70% is in the dark market? All right, here's the problem with that, right? Here's the problem with dark pools if that's what you're talking about, dark pools, dark market, OTC, things like that. People are buying, okay? The problem is you have market makers, right? You don't buy and then physically route your order to a lit exchange unless you're on a lit exchange, okay? If you're using Webull, Robinhood, things like that, there's honestly not a lot with lit exchanges. But if you're using things like that, right, you're getting, for an example, we don't know for sure because shorts aren't disclosed, but say Citadel is short AMC, okay? You buy AMC, they're saying, oh shit, look at that. Another buy, what's your name, Joe? You buy AMC, they're saying, oh, look at that, Joe's order's coming through. Let's put it in the fucking dark pool and do this, that, and the third to not affect price action because that's going to lead us to digger into the hole. That's like abusive of power. That's why payment for order flow shouldn't be a thing. I mean, it's just a fact, right? If they can control price, why the fuck are we in the market in the first place? Leads me to say, Gary Gensler's coming out, and he even stated that 90 to 95% of retail orders are going straight to the dark market, dark pool, whatever you want to call it. And that's a big issue, and he's working on that. And the fact that it's public shows that they're increasingly working on that. They're almost done with the process, to me, just because things come out in the public after a long time of being looked into, okay? We're not the ones to hear it first. Let me see if I missed any live chats. No, Walmart's earnings call. Wanted to double check that. Pretty positive you were right about the earnings call. Let's check right here. If you guys are wondering, like, if you want me to use my price target cut, maintain company, Walmart price target cut, maintained by, they're block trading back and forth, lowering the price. This stock is crazy. Who commented that? Let me see. The real Steven. Okay, you're the real Steven? Damn, are you sure? All right, they're block trading back and forth, lowering the price of stock is crazy. Yeah, if you haven't seen the real dark pool is DD, the real Steven, if that's you, the real dark pool, the real Steven, if you haven't seen the real dark pool is DD, how they're walking the price down by hundreds of thousands of shares, then that's a good video to watch. I also have, or that's actually a good thing to look into. He put it on Twitter. It's a thread. If you guys haven't seen it, I also have a video on it. But in reality, you don't have to do more digging. You don't have to do more DD because you already know what's coming with this. Dude, this chair squeaking is driving me absolutely nuts. Why do I always have a Chicago Bulls beanie on? Why do I have that? Well, I don't know if I'm a fan, really. And I like them, but that's not really why I wear it. I like the way they look. I like the style. And beanies are just comfortable. But you know what they do to my hair? I don't think I want to show you guys what they do to my hair. I don't know. That's for me to think about right now, unless one of you can convince me to show my hair on the camera. But the reason I got this, if I put the beanie on in the morning, it's on for the rest of the day because of what it does to my hair. I don't know if it's that bad right now because it's only noon, but sheesh, it could be bad. New chair, oh yeah. New chair, new everything. Getting a fucking golden chair with, I'm gonna buy, Trades, Dwayne the Cock Johnson off him, but I'm gonna fucking layer it in gold first after my ass. Alright, a lot of people, like, it. Alright, jokes aside, a lot of people are going to collect this money from a play like a fucking lotto ticket and just go burn it in thin air, which is going to really suck, and it's going to be really sad because they're going to be coming back and be saying, yo, dude, you should have done this, that, and the third to show me how to, I made videos on where to put your money after. When this thing squeezes, don't forget about taxes. As soon as you press that sell button, you take a fucking pen and you go, actually, you should do this before it, right? Take a pen, you go, okay, 10% is going here, 20% going here. Just to be conservative, 65% will be put aside for taxes. So technically, I only made this much. That's being conservative, okay? Then you go, okay, this percent's going into crypto. This percent I'm going to be actively trading with. It's worth the risk. It's worth to lose. This small percent, 5%, I'm going to enjoy my life with. Do this, that, and the third. And if you don't want to invest anymore, that's fine. If you don't want to invest anymore, spend your money. Buy a beautiful house, buy a beautiful car, whatever you want to do. It's all on your end, but My best advice is to get assets and not liabilities first thing, because if you don't build a foundation, that money can disappear very, very fast, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but my plan is I don't want to have to work again. Okay, I don't think you want to have to work again after this play. I mean, some people like work. Don't get me wrong. Depending on what it is, it's not bad. But if you don't want that again, if you don't want, if you want this to change your life, these liabilities are not going to change your life. Materialistic things are not going to. If you buy assets first, you'll have more materialistic things in the end and have a source of passive income. It's just the right way to go. And I assume everyone in this chat already knows that. Like I said, side for taxes, things like that. Put in the crypto index fund, save things. But the thing is, you don't invest right away because, guys, this is something I can't stress enough. If you invest right away, it's going to be a big problem because think who's a step ahead of you, okay? All the institutions you're bankrupt, that are going to be bankrupt, the news, the media, it's all going to lean you towards giving them their money back. What do? Okay, I go invest in this because it's safe, this, that. I do this, that. Well, guess what? Now you're absolutely fucked, okay? Because you took money from them and they pull it right back in a little bit of a longer period of time, and you slowly get burned, okay? Take a break when you get your money. Wait to see how the market reacts. Wait to see how this changes the market, because there are going to be large institutions that go bankrupt. And remember, large institutions control the price action in the market, because retail has a lot of effect, but we can't just go and control a stock up and down like they do. That's just really the facts of it. AMC currently trading at $17.89. If we can hold this level, let me see. If we can hold about $17.10 again, or $17.08, $17.15. I'm sorry, $17.70. If we can hold that again, that'd be nice. But the fact that it's doing a third test, it's going for a third test on it, just leads me to think that it's going to drop, which would mean it looks like it could get caught up at 1740 or 1738. If it doesn't get caught there, because there's very, very little support. That was more of like a little spring. Like I said, it's going back down to $16.75, like I pointed out. We're now down 5.5% on the day. Just talking for about 10 minutes, we dropped another 0.5%. It's slow because there's no volume and they can't blatantly do it, but just expect us to continue to bleed. We have been live streaming over an hour. I don't know how long we're going to stay on this stream, guys. Drop some comments in the chat. Are you just chilling? Are you just sitting back? You just chilling? You driving? You chilling at work? You got headphones in? What is it? Because I want to make sure that I'm providing the best things that you guys want to hear about, that you guys want to talk about. Think about it this way, right? If this live stream were to shut off right now, what would you have forgot to say? What would you have forgot to ask? And whose live stream are you missing for big old pal lottery stocks? I appreciate that. Let me see whose streams you're missing. I mean, okay, is it worth investing in the new blockchain stock market, BSTX, the real Steven? Yeah, BSTX, the new blockchain market, that's a tough topic to reach on because I didn't dig too much. I like it because the fact that everything runs through blockchain, I like the fact, but I want to see how it reacts and I can't really speak on that because I haven't looked into it much. But is it worth investing into the new blockchain market? I think. All right, you know the DAO protocols, right? It's kind of like a pool, right? Put it this way: you and everybody else who invests make the decisions. Do you think that something like that is safer than one person, 2 people, 5 people creating decisions for millions? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out which way to put it. Blockchain is safer technology. I just don't know how it's going to react. I really can't speak on it. I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer. Honestly, I think I'm going to look into that more. If people actually have questions about that, maybe I'll make a video on it. But I think it's good because the T0 in it, and like things like that, it's going to cause insane amount of transparency. It's going to be harder to hide things. I don't think you can hide things. I think you buy, it goes through, you sell, things like that. It's just less risky. I think it's good. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. But I have to look into it before I put my money in it, if that makes sense. You always should know what you're putting your money in. You're getting me on another rant here, which is gonna lead me to the people who comment, right? Oh my god. I just gotta forget about what I'm talking about before I rant here. Fuck it. The people who comment, bro, the shit is still tanking. It's not moving. You gotta understand. Everyone who's calm, who's not commenting that, everyone has done their research and know, okay, this is what you should do. You should know where your money's going, okay? Where your money's going. You had a $5 bill in your wallet, and somehow it's not in there, and you don't wonder where it went, you just drop your wallet. You had $10,000 in your wallet, and it's somehow you open your wallet, it's gone. You're not gonna ask, you're not gonna wonder, you're not gonna see if anybody has your 10 grand. That's the fucking issue, is people, oh shit, yo, I heard to do this, that, and the third of my money, and now, yo, it's like, know where you're putting your money. And I'm not cracking on anyone for not doing DD, because I don't know how much time you have on your hands. But in reality, if you lay down, if you are working or doing something like that, you can still have audio in your ears. You can educate yourself. You just got to take the time to do it, okay? Why would you invest in an ETF? Oh, is it because people told you it's safe? No, because you looked and you know it has slow return, 8 to 10% returns, whatever. Invest, SPY ETF. It's safe, but things like that. I checked out the chart. That is looking where your money's going to be put. It's not, yo, lottery stock said AMC could hit this price. Buy in, AMC tanks. Yo, lottery stocks, you lied. No, that's not what happened. Do you have to pay taxes on the squeeze? Yeah, you have to pay taxes on stock gains, short-term capital gains, and long-term capital gains. So if you bought this back in February last year, it didn't squeeze yet, chances are you're going to be taxed less because it's long-term capital gains. And depending on your area, I don't know what your tax bracket is. Short-term capital gains are taxed a bit more harshly. So if you didn't buy it a year ago, then you're going to get taxed less. That's pretty much it. That's the basic breakdown of taxes. The thing is, it's hard to make a video on because each state is going to have a different tax bracket, tax laws, and things like that. But I would say conservatively, everyone should put aside 65%. It probably won't be 65%. Who knows? But if it's there and you expect to lose it to taxes and you actually don't lose it all, boom, you have more money, you have more profits. AMC is so slow right now. Currently trading at $18. It held itself right here, which is, I guess, pretty nice. Let me hop onto my trading view and go over some of the things that I had charted out. Drop a yes if you guys seen yesterday's video, and drop a no if you haven't. The AMC Judgment Day video. The only reason I say that is because it was super important, and I would prefer to reiterate some of the things that were said on that video in this live stream. Okay? I don't know. I do think it's important, and I'm not going to make you go watch the video. So, I mean, you're sitting in Canada. We don't pay tax on stocks. Let me see that. Let me see. Canada, we don't pay tax on stocks. It's called TFSA. Don't you guys have no tax account? Real Steven. I gotta look into that. Ron Vang, no. Real Steven. Okay, I don't know if Ron Vang was answering if he watched the video or answering you, the Real Steven. But that is very interesting. Let's see. Do you... Sorry, you see my big-ass fingers in the camera. And they're not that big. They're a little bony, but... incurred by United States on the continent again, imposing 15% tax holding on dividends paid out of country and claim tax. It's saying, okay, let me see what law that you specified, because it is saying you do pay taxes in Canada. Why is this not working? Okay. TFSA. I actually just want to confirm this. Wow. Earned on investments in a TFSA are not taxable either while held or in the account or when withdrawn. Either held in the account or withdrawn. Okay. That is actually insane. Dude, thank you for showing me that tax-free savings account. Do we have tax-free savings account in America? Does anyone know that? Not America, you know what I mean. Does the US Oh man. Save towards their financial goals. Seems like we could have them in the US. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you're saying 401k. 401k. You only have a tax-free saving account only. Is AMC actually tanking? And TFSA 401k. Robert Hinkle, are you saying 401k is the same thing? Because I know that, but is AMC actually tanking? No. Well, yes. AMC is down 4.62%. It depends on your definition of tanking. It's at 1807. If it doesn't hold itself at 1770, you could see it bleed back down to 1745. And if that misses 1675, we've pretty much gone over everything that I wanted to go over in this stream. Let me check if there's any updated news at the moment. Let's check the Twitter sphere right now. Let's see if anything's going on. Okay. I wonder. Hold on a minute. I actually wonder something. Okay, what am I? Let's see. I respect the shooter. Get one or not. Doesn't look like anything's going on too much, guys. Remember, it's noon. It's not really much volatility. People are exiting. That's fine. I know it's getting slow right here. Well, that's something I didn't go over. I'm pretty sure ARK Invest put money into Palantir. I mean, I also do think it was a good idea. What are your thoughts on all of this talk about resetting synthetics? Mike Russo. Yeah, dude, this chair does not stop squeaking. Definitely new chair post MOAS. Yeah, I made a video on this resetting synthetic thing that's going on. I believe deprived from Lou, but I could be wrong. Reset synthetics, right? Everyone's saying the squeeze can go to this because of how many synthetics there are. Now, we can't prove how many synthetics there are, but they can be hidden in failure to delivers because if you short a stock and you can't return it to the broker, it becomes an you can't locate the stock. It's a naked share. Becomes a failure to deliver when you can't deliver it back. And then a lot of naked shorting is hidden in failure to deliver. So there's no way to prove it. And what's happening here is there's this theory going around where when the squeeze is going on, are they going to find the people who naked shorted it and then just take these naked shares and go delete? And the reason being is because nobody can prove that they actually exist. Nobody can prove how many exist. Only that information is going to be to the SEC. Now, why would the SEC want an even bigger issue that could cause banks to crumble, things like that? So I think the theory is logical, right? The theory is logical. But even if that were to happen, we don't need it, right? We don't need any of that, okay? Just the fact hearing it, right? I do think we should be reset all the way back up to $72 or $77, whatever it peaked at. Only reason I say that is because that's fair. Reset that and then let them cover, because whatever naked shares they brought us down to fucking $13 with is completely out of the picture, right? Because it couldn't have been higher than what we peaked at, okay? So if they reset us up there and then cause the shorts to cover up there, that's a different story. But honestly, that's my short look on that. It's really all speculation. Robert Hinkle says, when AMC shorts cover, is it possible for Ortex data to show all reported shorts covered while none of the unreported shorts have covered yet? When AMC shorts cover, is it possible for Ortex data to show all reported shorts covered while none of unreported shorts? I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let me put it this way, right? Fuck the data. I like Ortex, don't get me wrong. They are probably the closest thing that we have to actual data. But the fact that AMC and GameStop is said to be at 20% shorted, 20% short interest, I completely disagree, because the fact that GameStop back in January was set, back in last January was said to have a 40% or something like that short interest, and it ended up being 140%, just leads me to the fact that why the fuck would we trust these data points? Not only that, but over the recent months, you have TD Ameritrade glitching, you have a bunch of other things glitching. That GameStop short interest 140. I mean, AMC, first of all, just to first start the question, I disagree with the data in general. I don't think it's a proper thing to look at. And I think what's more important than watching have shorts covered in the squeeze is watching weakness. Because the thing is, Gary Gensler has came out and said with this transparency, remember, there's a lot of factors. With this transparency, this could be either a settlement same night or next day. And what the problem with that is when it's coming close to the end of the squeeze, right? End of the squeeze, and there's some shorts that covered hours ago, but just because this transparency kicked in doesn't mean they're going to show up right away. This becomes a problem. So I think it's more important to check the weakness in the chart than if shorts covered, because remember, I don't think a lot of them are going to last. The short interest could drop drastically, but here's the thing: you're going to get halted, okay? Not everyone can cover at once because of the halts, for one. That's why I want to stay up for pre-market, after hours, things like that. And there's just a lot of factors that come into it. Yeah, no problem, man. Definitely, I love these questions because it really causes me to think of something I wouldn't think about. Max Payne is $19.50 this week. We may finish the day around that price range, Fred. That's the thing. They don't want that. We would have to jump about $1.50 within the next few hours, and the only way I could think that's gonna happen, because right now, okay, just based on the day, AMC's following the market. Okay, the past 2 days, AMC following the market, which is very weird because before that, I don't know if I just froze. My phone said low battery. Before that, it wasn't, right? The negative beta kicked in for a bit, and like I said, sorry, my hand, I'm just trying to plug my phone in. Like I said, they were holding these shares to knock us down, which is what they're doing. AMC going over $19.50 by the end of the day. I don't know about that. I do think you would have to see some large news smack the SPY, smack the IWM, and then drastically, AMC's going up with it. That is what I would think. Because think about it. We would have to break the highs of the day, which is 1920 or 1919, whatever. And then you'd have to ultimately, dude, that would almost be respecting the trend line that we were in. With that being said, I do think we're oversold, but I don't think right now the technical analysis is, with the low volume and the slow movements, I do think we're going to keep bleeding. But we will see what happens. Definitely a theory. It could close above 1950. I would like that to happen. Don't get me wrong. Let me check this live chat. Sometimes it does not want to press, which is annoying. The live chat pops up, right? If you're wondering why I keep pressing on the live chat, it pops up your message for a few minutes, or like a second, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever, so I can read it, and then it slowly disappears. I gotta fix the setting at some point, and then I gotta press live chat again. This squeaky ass chair for the 16 people in here. Hope your day is going very good. Let's check out you guys have any other earnings this week? Let me see here. You know what? I think I have a picture of what I wanted to go over. AMC Judgment Day. If you have not seen it, Jeez, did I delete it? Oh my gosh. Fuck. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, I would just look on my channel. Make sure no one said a live chat. Live chat. I don't know how many people are streaming right now. I mean, it's 12:20. I don't know how many people want to watch streams right now. This is like not hot volatility hour, but I do like just hanging out and talking, which is very nice. So I'm going to hop over on my YouTube because I want to see. I just want the picture. I'm just going to pause it. I want the picture to go over the AMC Judgment Day that I was going over. If you guys have seen that, then congrats. You're already early. You already seen it. Why do I want to give hope, right? I want to give hope, but at the same time, I don't want to crash some hopes. I'm exiting out some tabs right here because this is absolutely absurd. Change the Wi-Fi because this shit is glitching. I want to give hopes, but I don't want to give false hopes. I do think the squeeze is happening within the next few weeks. Now, that doesn't mean go spend all your money because, yo, you're going to be rich in the next couple days because, remember, nothing is guaranteed in the stock market. Just be very, very careful with that. Let me see if once. Okay, for some reason, absolutely nothing is loading except my charts, which I guess is a good thing, but because I like the charts, I like to update on the price action. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Wi-Fi. Unless I have too many tabs open. I have like 30 tabs open. 1 second. Don't like doing that. Don't think I'm a mess. Music is changing. BSTX blockchain. Let me know if you guys are invested in that. Someone asked a question about it earlier. I have literally no clue why this isn't working. Let me try Chrome. 14 people still in here. You guys are great, honestly. Just sitting there chilling. YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys wear beanies? If you wear beanies, let me know, because like sometimes I feel like it gives me a headache. It's like squeezing my head after a while. This is like super loose, but for some reason I still feel like it does that. So let me go here. AMC Judgment Day. Make sure this is muted. Let me skip to the picture so I can explain. If you guys haven't seen AMC Judgment Day video, I want to skip the picture and explain why, I think. All right. For the 14 people in here, congrats for still being in here. Okay. Thanks for your videos, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the support. I can't thank you guys enough. You're the only reason I do these videos. I love it. I love talking to you guys, hanging out. Skip. All right. AMC trading around this $18 level. Can this squeeze before February is over? Questions are asked, okay? Transparency kicking in. If you don't know what that is, okay, just because we're not in a rush, Gary Gensler is coming out and saying that the settlement period could become same night or next day. Right now, it's T+2. You have to wait 2 days before we see things happen and see what happened, right? That's really it. Now, you have DOJ investigations coming out, especially today, investigating Citadel, investigating others. You have Muddy Waters getting a warrant, which is another institutional short seller. You have fines going out, okay? Remember, guys, listen, this is all around the same period of time. You have AMC utilization staying above 100% for consecutive days. They're suppressing the price to the downside now because they had shares that they had already borrowed and didn't short the stock with. Now it's up 53%. The 15%, the 17% decrease before the next big run would lead you to $17.45, which we are getting close to, and we expected it over 2 days ago. So this bleed, if you have been keeping up with the channel, was expected. Consistent lying in the news. An example being the Ukraine and Russia events going on, and then it was declared fake news. I mean, this could be fake, or it could be a way of leeway to dodge the bullets or something like that. But either way, it's causing the markets to move in ways where bigger, higher ups can profit, and it's not fair to retail, right? Either way, that's happening. Everything's selling off. You're seeing major sell-offs throughout the market. This is institutions most likely freeing up capital because retail cannot cause these types of sell-off. It's that simple. We can't do it. You had ISPO squeezing to 750, up 750% in 1 day yesterday. ANGH squeezing shorts getting out. That's why I say this is Judgment Day. There's just too many things falling into play at the same time. Okay, you have us bleeding at these levels. You have the TA that we went over. Palantir earnings tanked. ARK Invest buys. We went over AMC, GameStop, Walmart earnings. I think that already passed. Guys, I think I'm going to hop off the stream. Maybe I'll hop on a bit later in the day. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Consider smashing that like on your way out. Maybe I'll hop in a bit later. I appreciate the questions, guys, and that was fun. I like to chill with you guys. About to finish my water, hang out, look into some things so I have more to talk about for today's stream. If I hop back on, if not, tune in for tonight's video. I love you all, guys. Lottery Stocks out.